Hello, athletes and fans of bodybuilding. Tarek Gindi with the Mr. Olympia. Today, we're going to have Ali Bilal. He just sent me a text message. He's in Bali. He's finishing his workout, sending a nasty text message to Ryan Terry. And as soon as he sends it, he'll be joining us in the live. I'm bringing some of the young guns of the internet, some of the guys that are passionate. They know a lot about men's physique, and I decided to bring them. I'm going to start with the one and only, love his name, Hart McGrath. How are you?
I am doing so well, and I'm so happy to be here, Tarek.
Well, we're honored to have you. And I'm also going to call Alex Topling. He's an amazing competitor, and he also does an awesome job in the internet. Alex, how are you?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. It's an honor. Thank you.
Okay, so here's the deal. Ali Bilal is not here, so we can say some bad things about him. When he comes in, we're all going to pretend we didn't say anything negative about him. I think this guy is awesome. He likes to provoke his competitors. He has an edge to him. He goes after Ryan Terry, who's a nice guy. He goes after everybody. Hart, do you like his attitude or you don't?
I love it. The fact that Ali is running his mouth and being who he truly is making everyone excited about the men's physique Mr. Olympia. If it wasn't for Ali talking how he is talking right now, it'd be pretty boring. So I love it more than anything.
Alex, what's your take? You like the controversy, or you prefer the guys that are a bit more reserved?
Honestly, I absolutely love it. And the cool thing is I can look at this from two different perspectives. As an athlete and somebody who also covers this division on social media. And as an athlete, this would motivate the hell out of me to want to shut him the hell up. That's the most exciting part, because you know there's going to be more people who are listening to this and getting more motivated to silence the guy who is talking like he already has the crown.
Now, here's my thing. Do you think that trash talking is motivating some of his competitors? But my question to you guys is, do you think some guys are getting maybe psyched up? Like, is this guy that confident? Maybe I shouldn't be that confident. Do you think there's a reverse on getting motivated and maybe getting intimidated?
I think that with Ali talking the way that he's talking right now, you cannot sit there and say that Ryan Terry is not motivated. You cannot sit there and say, there's a reason he posted that Instagram photo of him saying, and still, there's a reason for it, because he hears it, he sees it, and he might want to play the political game, being the champion he is, not overstep. But I can tell you this right now, he didn't get there, in that top spot, not being, motivated or pushed based off of what other people are saying. He hears it, and he sees it.
Hart?
I love you, Alex. You're exactly right. Tarek, guys, I'm not going to say which big names are in my DMs most nights before they go to bed, but I legit have top 10 guys in my DMs telling me how they cannot stand Ali Bilal. So I know for a fact he's ruffling feathers, he's getting under their skin. And like, this is what you want. These are the best physiques in the world. They work all year long to step on stage. Why keep your mouth shut? Why be the gentleman? Like, fire these guys up. This is what the audience wants. They don't want someone who keeps their mouth shut all year and just posts the picture and says, I hope everyone does well. That is the most boring game in the world. So Ali, yes, he's firing these guys up for sure.
So we've come to a conclusion. The three of us, I love hostility. I love this aggression. I think if you watch The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, he wanted to have an enemy to motivate him. Conor McGregor, who's a really good fighter, he's not as good as Khabib, but he has made a lot of money because his fights sell. And if Ali Bilal loses, everybody is going to be there to watch him lose. And if he wins, a lot of his fans are going to be telling everybody, shut up, he was as good as he was telling you guys. Now, Hart, is he the next Jeremy Buendia? Because Jeremy was a revolution. Or it's too early to call him the next Jeremy Buendia?
That's a beautiful question. Is Ali Bilal the next Jeremy Buendia? If Ali Bilal, in my humble opinion, if he wins this Mr. Olympia, yeah, I think Ali Bilal is going to try to one up Jeremy Buendia, and we think he's talking a lot of crap now and trying to be the man now, and his ego's big now. If he wins the O, I think he will be way bigger than Jeremy Buendia, and he's going to try to outdo him all the time. What do you think, Alex?
I think that Ali is a genius when it comes to personal branding. I think he understands the importance of it, and he has leveraged that in ways that we haven't seen since the Jeremy Buendia days. So if Ali continues to get rewarded and gets the ultimate reward by winning the Olympia, I think this is going to be the loudest Olympia champion that we've ever seen. But also at the same time, the guy who can push the men's physique division forward the most with the voice that he has.
Yes.
Okay, well,
I'm sorry, guys.
no,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
okay. So
I couldn't log in somehow because I needed access through my laptop, but I didn't have that.
no, it's
So-
okay. Let me just let Ryan Terry know. No, Ryan. No, he's not afraid. No, it's okay. It's okay. So we've been talking very good about you. We think your outspoken personality is awesome. We think you make men's physique better. We think that your rivalry, your calling out opponents, your confidence is fantastic. And we were saying that if you win, a lot of people are going to say, man, this guy, he can back up. And if you lose, a lot of your haters are going to go after you on social media. Tell me where
There
this,
is no if. There is no if. There's when I win.
when you win, tell
Yeah,
me where
when I
this
win, yes, thank you.
personality comes from. Tell me where this personality comes from.
It comes from Afghanistan. It came from Afghanistan. I walk from Afghanistan, so I don't think like winning a show is a difficult thing to do. You know, dieting is not really that hard. Tarek, tell me one other athlete that have walked 10,000 kilometers, you know, at the age of 13. You know, when we talk, we say like he's a family man or this guy is this guy did that, you know. I'm gonna be the first ever ambassador for this division who can inspire so many young people. I speak 7 languages, Tarek. I speak 7 different languages. I can bring in people together from every country. You were there in India, right? When I competed.
Yeah.
I'm not from India, so I have a crazy support in India, Iran, any country. I came to Indonesia, signed the biggest deal. People like me for my story, not for winning a show, you know. So when I win this show, this together, it combined, like it becomes something that people look up to, and I can sell that.
So here's my question. You know, when Hadi Chupan won the Mr. Olympia, we as the Olympia organization, something different happened because I started traveling and judging all over the world, and people from all over the world said, if Hadi Chupan from Iran can win the Mr. Olympia, despite all the political tensions, anybody can.
Yeah.
And I feel
That's what I mean.
the same thing about you. You know, we got Brandon Hendrickson. He's a U.S. guy. Jeremy Buendia, born, you know, U.S. guy. Ryan Terry, he's the British colonizer. He's got the nice hair. But you are the ethnic, crazy dog from Afghanistan who grew up in a very tough life. And I think a lot of these people from India, a lot of these people from all these places, they have their hopes on you. If you win
exactly.
the thing, they can go, that guy who came from all the poverty, no possessions, if he won, maybe one day I can win. Is that what you're saying?
That's my goal for the division, and it will help the division a lot. Look, when Hadi won, Hadi can't speak English, right? He cannot represent the brand. He cannot represent Olympia. He is only known in Iran. You know, when Rami won, Rami same problem. He don't speak English. I speak every language, Persian, Hadi's language. I speak Hindi. I speak Pashto. I speak English. I can communicate. What are the biggest fan following from Mr. Olympia page? Biggest is Persian, Iran. Second is, let's say, Indians. A lot of Indian people follow them. Let's say third is English speaking. I speak all these languages, you know, every language. Maybe fourth is Brazilian. I need to learn that. But So let's say I can represent the brand. You know, I speak Dutch, I speak almost every language,
Yeah, but if
which
you
will help the division. And you know, Hadi didn't really like, you know, brought it out to the world because he can't communicate. He can't, you know, he couldn't speak English.
But if you spoke all these languages, but you didn't deliver on stage, people would be calling you the Shakespeare of men's physique. In the end of the day, you got to deliver on stage, and you've done that. Hart McGrath,
Yes, sir.
let's lose some followers. Let's create some animosity here. If you had to put your money on one competitor to
Oh.
win the Mr. Olympia men's physique, would it be Ryan Terry, Brendan Hendrickson, or Ali Bilal, or anybody else?
I got to give you that answer right here, Tarek.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to come to Olympia TV, you might as well grow a third testicle off the bat. And
Oh, man. You know what? Terry's going to unfollow me. Banks is blocking me. Brandon's never going to talk to me again. Ali's been reposting my stuff constantly. So I got Ali Bilal. I got Ali Bilal just because, brother, what I saw last year at the Mr. Olympia, you on stage getting that second place, like just man-to-man talking to you, brother, it was special, bro. And I think a lot of people felt that. You know, they just felt that type of specialness just by looking at your physique, bro. And then look at this. This is gorgeous. I've never seen anything like this. You bring a look that no one has ever seen, and it's just beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. I have Ali Bilal. I'll say it now. It's Tuesday, August 26th. I have Ali Bilal winning the Olympia this year.
Okay, Alex, I love your channel. I think you're funny, but it's time for you to start losing some followers.
And you're not gonna lose followers. You're gonna gain a lot of followers from my side. Believe me.
Is
They're
Ali
real
Bilal-
followers. They don't just follow you. They also comment. They like. They do everything.
Alex, be careful.
Ali,
Is
do you,
Ali
Ali, you remember?
Bilal the favorite to win the Olympia, or you're picking somebody else?
Before I say, Ali, do you remember what you said to me when you walked out of the Arnold Classic? We met in the hallway. You looked at me and said, "Never bet against me again." You walked away with the title.
I told you that, right?
And I'm going to sit here and bet against him again because I have Ryan Terry walking away with his third title. I think he is the guy with the least weaknesses. And the reason why Ali is so close is because I believe his polish might have just been one of the best of all time. There's a difference. Polish is a combination of everything. I don't think anybody pops like Ali on stage, but there's still holes in his physique that he needs time to fill. Once he fills those, it's going to be undeniable. But
What are those holes, Alex?
So Aaron Banks did a podcast not too long ago, and he pointed out things that were 100% accurate, right? If you take a look at Ali's physique, there's arms that can be a little bit shorter. The chest fullness can be better in the back. That's the biggest area that needs to be improved. But he's the guy that you can point those things out on stage, but yet and still, when you see them on stage, it just, your eyes go right to him. So that's the polish that I'm talking about that allows him to separate himself from everybody else. But I do believe when it comes to the Olympia, it's the guy with the least weaknesses, and Ryan Terry has that currently.
Alex, you don't think Ali's improved over the last 365 days?
Absolutely.
You saw me at the Arnold. How much was it improved from the Olympia?
So and that's true. You have a track record of being able to improve.
I'm gonna be so improved, man. I'm gonna be unbeatable. Believe me. Oh my God.
All I say is this: if Ryan Terry didn't show up 100% at the Olympia and still was able to get it done, with my expectations of him being able to kind of retarget and center that shot, I do think that it can be a kill shot for everybody. You know, he's just one of those guys that has everything. I mean, Ali has, like I said, the polish, but who's more conditioned? I mean, you can go either way, but at the same time, I think it's looking at the individual muscle groups, it's just a little bit more of a completeness in Ryan.
Okay, well, Ali, we had a live here with Ryan Terry, and he was very respectful. He mentioned a lot of the great attributes you had. He was very respectful. I even tried to create some animosity between you guys, and he was very diplomatic. But he said, Tarek, I was 90%. I wasn't 100%.
Why was he 90%? Who told him to be 90%?
He said
he knew the show is in October, right? He knew the date up front, like a whole year up front. Why did he came 90%?
Apparently
why the complaining afterwards? I was 83 and 90. He said 93. I don't even know how he measured that 93. Why not 94 or 92?
That is a good point. How did he measure that? But he said his abdominal was not as crisp as it's been in the past. And if he presents his abdominal section like he's done in the previous years, he thinks it's game over. What do you think about him saying, I beat Ali Bilal at 90%?
I think if I get 5%, 5 centimeter taller, I will look different, but it's not gonna happen, right? We can say if this, if that, if this, but look, he beat me, and I have a lot of respect for Ryan because he's the only guy who beat me. Everyone under that shouldn't say anything, at least this year, unless they beat me, okay? So Ryan is the only guy that I respect because he beat me. Until 6 more weeks, I'm going to beat him. But for now, he's a champ. He won everything. And I don't believe in this like 93%, and I was not at my best. And I was like, why not? You should come at your best. I was also not at my best in the prejudging. In the final, I improved a lot. I become much fuller, but was already judged. The show was already judged. But I didn't say like I wasn't at my 100 and I was at 99. The time you come on stage, the judge don't know like, what you ate and what you didn't eat and why you at 90%. They just judge you that minute. They don't look at your complaints, right? So I hope everyone is at 100% in October.
So right here, Corey Morris and Ali Bilal in the center. And I think because of your name is B, you're one of the first ones Steve calls you. And then right here, he's going to bring, by the way, guys, this is awesome. The black guy right there next to Ryan Terry is from China. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, this world is as diverse as it gets. So I talked to this competitor. He's from China, speaks fluent Chinese, lives in China, right?
Yeah.
So nowadays, you just can't tell where people are from. And I think this is awesome. But we have Ryan Terry here. We have Ali Bilal. Carlos is his name, the guy from Ghana, right, Hart?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Osuedu, right, Alex? Carlos Osuedu?
Carlos Okran, they call him.
Okran.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got Edivan Palmeira right there. And then number 24 is...
That's Emmanuel Hunter.
That's Hunter, Vitor Chavez, and Aaron Banks. So right here, Ali, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to mention this.
Yeah.
In the live with Ryan Terry, he said, I wish men's physique was 3 poses. The front pose, the side shot, and the back shot. He goes, I like the front pose where I can show my abdominal, but I wish other guys would stand next to me straight up. What do you think about his suggestion?
We can't change the whole division for Ryan Terry because everyone else stand like on the side, right? He's the only guy that stands straight up. I can stand straight up. I can stand left, right, every side. But when I went to pose with Tyler, he said stand right side, and that's what I do. But we cannot change the whole division. Everyone else there is standing on the side. That's the men's physique pose. That's the Superman. But when he comes like this, we cannot change everyone else because not everyone have symmetrical abs. So not everyone's abs is like, perfectly straight. But when he do side pose, he doesn't look as good as me or Edwin or anyone else. So why don't he try to stand like everybody else?
Hart. That's a good point.
Good point.
Ooh, I hope Terry hears this. I'm gonna send this to Terry tomorrow morning. I'm gonna wake up when this
No,
is
he doesn't. He doesn't look good. He know that he doesn't look good if he stand like a normal men's physique pose, a little bit on the side or left or right side. I can stand both side, but he cannot because his midsection is built different.
Yeah,
I'll say this: Ali is the king of angles. There's not many people who knows how to accentuate their physique the way that he does on stage. He's one of the first ones in. He holds it like a true professional. When he has to reset, it's very quick. It's in and out. That's the polish that I'm talking about. You can even see it here. Look at the tan stand out, right? Like there's little things that allow you to separate at that level because these guys are so close. I am a firm believer that if you hold a photo of Ali at the Olympia and Ryan, there's going to be novice eyes that pick Ali because they just see it and they stand out more. But when you start to look at the integral parts, you just see there's a little bit more completeness on, in the Ryan category. But Ryan or Ali has had a track record of improving quickly. And if he did that again this time around with how close it was last time, I think it could be a head-to-head battle.
Preach, Alex.
And Edvan Palmeira looks awesome here, right?
Crazy.
Yeah, he looks awesome. Emmanuel Hunter, Vitor Shah. I mean, these guys are insane. Love the guy from China, Carlos, getting a first call out. A lot of people saying, oh, you have to be known, you have to win shows, in certain places to get a first call out. Trust me, I'm sitting there at the judging panel. We don't give a shit. If you look great, you're going to get a first call out. Mike Sommerfeld was right there next to Sebum. He never placed higher than top 5, and he was fighting for the title. So if you're a competitor, we do not care. You come in and you show your best physique and you look as one of the top physiques, you're going to be on the first call out.
I want to say this, like a lot of people tell me that too, they're like, oh, there's going to be politics and this and that. Look, if there was politics, I would never be the guy, the runner-up at the Olympia, because I come from Afghanistan. I represent a country, we don't even have a federation in Afghanistan, So I come from Afghanistan, representing Afghanistan. I'm Muslim. And, I don't have all this support. I didn't knew anyone in the industry. I had like 200,000 followers, not even that when I started NPC, like my first show. Hard know that when I did my first show, I had like 25,000 followers, I wasn't famous, but I still made it to the top just because of my physique. When I did my first ever I think my first pro qualified, I won my pro card in the first show. I did my first pro show in Saudi, gave me 6th place, which really, like, when I got a 6th place, I made a post the next day. I said, I'm going to be top 10 Olympia this year. And Hart made a story about, Ali, you didn't even qualify yet. It was my first pro show. The second pro show I did, I won. The third pro show I did, I won. The fourth pro show I did, I got second. The fifth pro show I did was Arnold UK, I won. Sixth one was Olympia, I got first call out. I wasn't known. I wasn't a big name, but just because of my physique, and it's not because who I am or what my name was and where I come from. So I don't think in bodybuilding that counts. You cannot have like 10 guys, one looking amazing on stage, and you say, okay, because he's Muslim, because he's from Afghanistan, because he's from there, let's not look at him. The whole world is watching, it's live. Everyone is watching, so you cannot play that game.
You can be any religion, any ethnicity,
anybody,
any political view. We don't care. All we care is how you look on stage. I don't care what anybody has done a year ago or a year from the Olympia. All I care is how you look on stage. Alex Copeland, let me get you in trouble here.
Yes.
It's not easy, bro. It's not easy. You get all excited to come on Olympia TV, and now you're sweating like you're backstage.
It's 11:30 at night. Let's lose some followers.
All right. So here we go. Here's Ali Bilal. He's got his back shot, and Ryan Terry has his back shot. Tell me what you see here.
So I've said this publicly, and I'm going to continue to say it here. I think Ali's back is actually underrated even in this lineup. I think it's very easy to look at his and say there's more that needs to be done, but at the same time, he's improved dramatically over the last year. But the reality is Ryan Terry's back has come up in ways that we've never seen in this division. He went from being held back, from breaking into that top 5 conversation because of his back to winning the Olympia because of the improvements that he made. It's the lower back that truly separates him from Ali at this moment, and the width from left to right. I think that improvement from Ryan is the reason why he's our current champion right now, because Ali you could honestly say that Ali is very close from the front based off of, like I said, the polish that he has.
Well, Ali, do you agree with Alex? He seems like it's a sound point that he makes, especially on the lower back. And
he's
a little bit
right.
more width.
He's 100% right. So this picture is from the prejudging. Prejudging, I was pretty flat. I didn't even carb up because George back then wanted. That was also one of the reasons why I stopped with George, because he wanted to play too safe and was like, he didn't want to carb up too much. And my body needs a lot of carb before I can really fill up. So my back was really, really flat here. That's one point. You also saw like my back at the Arnold. Plus, it's improved a lot now. Like this year's Olympia, I think back is going to be my strongest point. But when we if we see at Ryan's placement the last 20 years, I don't know how long he's been competing. Like this is 2 decades he's been competing. His back was always his weak point, right? Mm-hmm. He improved it in 1 year. So, and a lot of people, they tell me like, you know, you haven't won a show yet, so you cannot say this or that. You cannot say you're gonna win. I wasn't there. I wasn't even born when Ryan was winning. I think when Ryan was competing. Come on, man. You know, I think I'm 15 years younger than Ryan or 17 years younger than Ryan. But you know, I started to compete like 3 years ago, literally. And I already made it. I already won 8 pro shows. I made it to the top 2 Olympia. So winning Olympia will come. It's only like the 4th year now.
That's crazy.
Hard.
It's not bad, right?
No,
And I will
listen.
improve. When I started my first pro qualifier, when I did my first pro qualifier, it was a fun thing. I didn't even have like a serious coaching. I didn't have anything. Even when I did my first pro show, when I qualified for the Olympia, I didn't even train serious, and I just did it for fun. And now that I'm making a lot of money with it, I got serious.
Okay, that's good. Hard. From the back, I think Ali Bilal's shot from the front, the abs and the obliques is quite strong. I think that's my favorite shot. But I think Alex makes a good point here. When we take a look at the back shot here of Ali Bilal and Ryan seems to have a little bit more width, and it looks like the Christmas tree, especially on the lower back, seems to be a little bit more defined. Do you agree with that statement? Do you want to add something?
Yeah, I'd love to add something. I think that's a very honest statement. But again, going back to what Alex said, what was holding Ryan Terry back of getting in that top 5 was his back. And I remember it was almost like overnight. I almost looked at Ryan Terry's Instagram and he uploaded a video of his back, and it shocked me. And I immediately uploaded to my Instagram, and it exploded because everyone noticed the difference in the improvements of his back. It took a year. It almost seemed like it happened overnight. So again, knowing that we've had 365 days and we haven't seen Ali Bilal, if you haven't been busting your butt in that gym with that back, and I don't see a much improved back, I'm going to be disappointed, bro, because I'm putting all my marbles in you, bro. And I know, brother. And I know how quickly, like you said, you went from not even placing to not winning pro shows, and here you go, and like you're here, Ali. So 2nd place last year, I think you're going to shock the world.
Well, those are nice words. We got Denilson here. Just gave me $7. How do you see Denilson from Brazil performing this year? Send me another $6 and explain to me who Denilson is.
Yeah.
Well, let's proceed here, because I think what's interesting here is that they're both in the center right there, and we have decided those are the top 2 guys, right? There's just no other way. I think Ryan wins this pose, but I think when Ali turns from the front, I always loved Ryan Terry's abs, and I can see what Ryan said, that his abs were not at his best in this show. I think they have been better because Ali's abs look so deep, and with the obliques right there, it's quite a sight. Alex, on this pose, would you say that Ali is possibly beating Ryan?
I was at the Olympia. I didn't make it to finals. I competed. I didn't make it to finals. I had the opportunity to sit pretty close and see this front row. I'm telling you right now, I was shocked when I saw Ali at finals. I truly thought it could have went either way. That if they rejudged that finals to a point where, you know, they evened it out as, you know, to what it was at prejudging, I thought there was a world where Ali could have won, mainly because of the pop and the separation that he had in his detail or his midsection compared to what Ryan had. Now, Ryan was peeled, but it still wasn't as polished as Ali's. And because of that, like I said, even this year, I see a world where Ali can walk away with it. This is going to be a game of margins, right? If Ali had improved as much as he seemingly has, because listen, he's confident. I don't think he's talking, you know, if he's not confident in the packages and the improvements that he's made. I really do think there is a world where he can walk away with it. But at the same time, Ryan Terry has also seemingly made improvements too. So if Ryan can bring back his signature midsection, because this was not it. He was exposed this year by Ali. That's the reality of it. There was chinks in his armor, and Ali showed it. But again, when it comes to the midsection, I'm leaning more towards Ali right now because I've never seen something like that in person before.
Yeah, Ali, is that why you're so confident? Because you think you were really close to the dude and you smell blood. You're like, dude, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Is that what's going on through your mind?
I don't think I believe, I believe I'm going to beat him. I believe it truly, like people are going to disagree with me and until the 12th of October, but then they're going to find out. But I'm going to win it. I mean it, I have never in my life had a better feeling. I didn't want it to win last year. I swear to God, Tarek, I didn't want it to win because when they call us in the middle, both of us, and I stood there and it was like about time to like they were announcing the winner. I had the feeling, I said, I hope it's not me because I wasn't ready. It was like my third year Olympia. It's a very big ask, Tarek. When you become the leader of the whole division, you need to know, you become a leader. You cannot just go home and wait until the next year and just get your sponsor money and then come back and show up again. You need to like lead the division. You need to do something for the division. You need to do something for the thousands of the kids around there, like they're following, they're looking up to you because you're the number one in the world, right? And I wasn't ready for that task, and I wasn't ready for that position. So I thought, I hope I can get one more year, prepare myself for all these things, and then when I come back, I'm going to be ready to win the Olympia and to be a good champ. Because winning the Olympia is one thing, that's not hard, I think, but being a winner, a champion is the hardest thing. Is how you represent the brand, how you represent the division, what you do for the division. Like who has done the most for the division is Jeremy. No matter what people say about Jeremy is the only guy who brought men's physique division, on the map. No one knew about men's physique before.
I have to agree with you. I love Jeremy. Jeremy, I judged him as an amateur. He won the LA championships. Arya Safai was in that show. Jeremy won the overall. And then he turned pro at the junior nationals. But Jeremy was a movement. I went to judge in the Philippines, and dudes were imitating his posing routine in the Philippines. I went to India, and guys were trying to do a Jeremy Buendia posing routine. He was a movement, and he was charismatic. Some people say, well, no, he was an asshole, this and that. I loved his confidence. I loved who he was. I loved he was charismatic. And I think I have to agree with you. I think he has been the men's physique icon so far.
Exactly. After that, it just died. It like no one. Brandon won 3 shows. What has he done? Nothing for the division. I'm sorry to tell you that. Banks tried, but his way of doing it was not correct because it was only about him. He didn't do it for the division. So that's why it didn't work. What did Ryan do? He won 2 shows. Okay, the best thing we can say about Ryan, he's a family man. We are all family people, right? We're not. I have a family. I take care of my whole family, my whole village. I take care of 100 homes back home. So I'm family man pro max. But that's not like the title you can give someone. Oh, he's our champion, but he's a family man. That's the best thing we can say about him. What has he done for the division in the last 2 years? Nothing. Look at his growth on social media. When he posts his shape update, he get like 20 comments. What does that tell you? He don't attract anyone. He's a good guy, very nice guy, amazing guy, but what has he done for the division? Men's physique, classic went high like crazy. Everyone talk about classic, but men's physique, nothing. And that's what I expected. When I won the Honor Classic, people say I said it because of the prize money or this or that. I don't care about the prize money. I give my money, half of my salary go to charity, Tarek. All my prize monies goes to charity every time. I don't care. Even the Olympia money, I give it to charity. So I didn't say that thing about the prize money, but I said it for the division, not for myself. I don't need that money. I didn't say I didn't like boycott the Arnold for myself, because I was hurt. It doesn't hurt me. I walked from Afghanistan. I went through death and life hundreds of times. It doesn't, a dude telling me my shorts are not pretty, that doesn't affect me, but not good for the division. This is the division. This is the image of the division. That's what we wear. That's what is told us to wear, right? If Tyler tell us to wear underwears, we're gonna wear underwears, right? So if someone tell us your shorts are not pretty, you as a champion need to stand up and say, hey, these are the rules. We wear what is told us to do. right? You cannot just sit back and just wait for your turn because you want to play safe, you want to win another title. What would I do with collecting titles? I'd rather
What,
win one title or have no title, but has done something for the division.
what are you going to do different that the current champion or the previous champions haven't done?
I'm going to represent the division like everywhere in the world. Everywhere, like it's gonna become bigger than, first of all, it will attract millions of kids because it will give hope to people that you can be anybody and win the Olympia. You don't have to be British or you don't have to be American. That's the last two champions that we had from the whole. We didn't have anyone from outside. And the world is bigger than America and the UK. The world is much bigger. It will attract the Brazilian kids, the kids in China, everywhere in the world. So, and I will also go there and like, I just got sponsored by, the Indonesian brand, part owner of the company. I'm sponsored by Indian brand. I'm sponsored by a brand in Afghanistan. I'm sponsored by UK brand. I'm everywhere. And that's a good thing for the division. You cannot just wait until the next year. Okay, here I am. Let's give me one more title because I'm a good guy. You also need to give something back, right?
So, obviously, you would be more international. There's no doubt about that. You speak lots of languages. You are represented by different companies from different nations. But substantially, would you, like you said about the prize money on the men's physique, right? And a lot of, I know you got a lot of support, right, Alex Hart? You got a lot of support from people, and it's a very courageous thing to say about the prize money because, hey, listen, I'll be the first one to say every single person in America, a capitalist society, needs to ask for more money if they do a great job. I ask my boss for more money. Everybody asks their boss for more money. It's capitalism, right? I have a company, and some of my employees ask for more money. There's not a problem asking for more money. It's part of our capitalist society. And some people will pay, some people will not pay. So I think it was a very courageous thing you did. You're fighting for the division. So give me another example of how vocal you're going to be if you become men's physique Olympia champion, besides prize money.
So prize money thing, Tarek, if a champion says it comes off differently than when someone who's fifth place or sixth place or seventh place say it. It doesn't matter, right? No one listens to that. So you need to be a champion to change that, and you can change that by not asking the competition to give me more money. You can change it by bringing more sponsors. Like I will ask my sponsor to bring in more money for the men's physique division next year, and they will do that. So you can bring in your own sponsors. You can ask another brands like, hey, can you put in some money for the division, and you go there, you do a guest posing for them, or you go do something, and in return they will put some money for the Olympia, for the men's physique division, because people don't understand that the men's physique shows, all the regional shows, they're NPC shows. The pro league doesn't make as much money, I think, as the amateurs, right? Amateur bring in money, but the pro shows, they don't get any money, right? Because almost everything is free. So we need to change that by bringing more sponsors, and we need to do something about it. You need to go out and tell people, right? And for the rest, yeah, I will talk about it, right? If when I'm the champion, I'm not gonna talk shit, but I have a good reasons to say things and to bring in people like they can believe in themselves, that they can be anybody and win the Olympia. Because I did it, right? And I think anybody sitting in India right now, or in Bangladesh, or in Azerbaijan, sitting there like thinking, oh, they can never be a Mr. Olympia, they can never be me. I will tell them it is possible, because I don't have a degree, I don't have any of these things, but I did become the Mr. Olympia, and it will inspire a lot of people. It will give hope to a lot of people, which will be good for the men's physique division.
It's unique. You got to understand also, brother, you went from last place damn near at the Olympia to second place in a matter of a year. Like you talk about the things that you've done really before you became a bodybuilder that's helped build who you are now, but you inspired even us athletes who have also struggled and try to find a way throughout their career. You show that you can do that. right? And I think that's another unique way. You're not a guy who just had the quickest rise, you got to the top, and now you're the pretty boy who speaks a lot of shit. No, you went through some shit in order to validate a lot of the things that you're saying. And that's another thing that I don't think people forget. Like, they don't remember the 16th version of you.
A lot of people think that I talk shit about other competitors or whatever. You know, I have never said anything bad about any competitor. Look at Ryan. When he got caught editing his picture, right? His shoulders, 10 days before the Olympia. I send you a screenshot of that, Alex, just to confirm it with you. I was the only guy that sent him a long message plus 10 voice messages 2 weeks before the Olympia. I told him, Ryan, don't listen to these stupid people. Focus on the Olympia. You're only 2 weeks away. No other person second place at the Olympia that's going to be competing against him will never text someone like that. They will take advantage of the thing, and they will even repost it and laugh with it that Ryan, edit his pictures. But I was the guy that texted him, told him to, to stay strong, not to listen to these people, stay away from social media. I did this with Aaron Banks. When we did the Honor Classic, I went to him backstage. I talked to him. I said, you look amazing. I complimented him. I did this with every athlete. I have never talked shit about anyone, but can I say good things about myself that I'm going to win? Of course, I have all the right to say so. Everyone can say so.
Good point. Do you ever find yourself nervous to what you're going to say or how it's going to come across with you already getting people saying like, hey, he's a shit talker now? Like, are you nervous that's going to ruin your reputation even before you get to the top?
No, you're only a shit talker when you very bad at something, and everyone who say I'm shit talker, if they're better than me, they can say whatever they want to say. But I'm top 2 in the world. I can say whatever I want to say.
Yeah, I as a judge, I can say you can back yourself up with the results you've had. There's no doubt about that. Who inspired you? I mean, who was the guy that you said, man, I'm going to do this men's physique thing. I love how this guy looks. I love what he does. Who's been the guy that inspired you?
I got inspired a lot by, first Jeremy was like the men's physique, but in bodybuilding in general, I think Jay Cutler was the person that I still look up to. I talk to him and I still look up to him just because he's not only a bodybuilder, The guy has a very strong mindset. Jay never had the best structure, but he still won the Olympia 4 times. He made it work. Also a very strong-minded, a businessman too. He's not only a competitor. It's the lifetime. That's what I try to tell all the athletes, that the competitor side is very, very short. You're like 4 or 5 years a competitor, but when you are a competitor competing, you cannot focus on anything else because you're so into competing. But that is also the only time that you can do something for yourself, that you can build something, a business or something. So, Jay was the guy that built his name and, that has a legacy. This still is one of the most respected athletes ever.
Yeah. Well, Hart, he looks a bit different in the finals here.
He does.
Not my eye. I stopped paying attention. I didn't know what you said.
Yeah. Tyler saw me after the finals. He was like, if you look like this in the prejudging, it would be a different result. I was like, yeah, it is what it is.
Let's take a look back here. Hart, with your words, you got the country name, you got the voice. With your words here, describe to us what you see on stage from this man physique competitor by the name of Ali Bilal.
Ali Bilal, the Afghan dagger, the sharpness, the polishedness, the confidence, the hair, the smile. There's nothing nervous about this guy. The aesthetics from head to toe are just gorgeous. There's a lot going on in the background, Tarek, but I'm telling you, my eyes are drawn to Ali Bilal. And yeah, a lot has to do with that damn midsection. And like Ali said during finals, how he came back, Tyler Manning saying, hey, the show would have been different if you look like this for preach. Look at this back. Come on, look at the lower back, Alex. Are we looking at the same thing right here? This is beautiful, and I love it. And this is your 2025 Men's Physique Mr. Olympia. Thank you, Ali.
Let's do that. Deal.
Well, Ali, obviously a lot of people talking about Ryan Terry and you battling. Obviously, you guys are top 2 in the world. Who's somebody else on your division that the physique is impressive. Not too many people talk about. I know a lot of people talk about Aaron Banks, but who's a guy that I remember doing a live with Jeremy Buendia, and Jeremy Buendia mentioning your name, mentioning Diogo Montenegro's name. Who's a guy that you think is going to come up within the next couple years?
Oh, I think anybody, because every guy I look at when I watch, I think I only watched the Olympia recap only one time. Like I watched the video. I was doing cardio like 2 weeks ago, and when I look at all these guys coming one by one, I'm like, oh my god, this guy looks crazy. And every single guy that I look at, I'm like, shit, they look crazy. It's just a matter of most of the guys are so international, so they fly like 16 hours, 15 hours to get there. So sometimes the peaking, and they just need to find the right thing to to correct all these things. Guys flying from Brazil is also a long flight. Some of them just come like 4 days before the show. They can't afford to stay in Vegas like for months before. Like I go 6 weeks before. But I think if these guys just find like, if I can come from the last call out to the second place, I think this year anybody can be, anybody can come and beat me and Ryan, both of us. I truly believe that.
Now, tell me about the story of walking in Afghanistan when you were 13 years old. What happened? The country was at war. If you want to, I mean, I don't want to be intrusive if you don't want to talk about it, but it sounds like a very fascinating story. Do you mind sharing that with us?
Oh, of course.
Right before.
Right before.
You did ask a good question. I'll try to buy some time here, but you mentioned somebody who might be underrated coming into this year's Olympia. I think a guy who has it all, who just needs to put more on, which he seemingly has this offseason, is our current 9th-ranked men's physique athlete, Ben Quill, a guy who's been consistently in the back half of the call-outs, 16th place. There we go. Quite a few times, but you can't tell me that Ben Quill doesn't have the structure. He doesn't have the conditioning. He doesn't have the balance from front to back, even from top to bottom, and I think right now, like we said, it's the game of who has the least weaknesses. And the only thing he needed to do was start to slowly fill out his weight cap, and starting to do it.
There Wi-Fi went away. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
What was the question?
Can you hear us? So
yes. Sorry, my Wi-Fi went away.
Okay, so the question I asked you was, you mentioned that when you were 13 years old, you had to walk, thousands of kilometers in Afghanistan. Sounds like a fascinating story. We don't want to be intrusive, but can you elaborate on that?
Yeah.
If you...
Yeah, of course. So I'm from Afghanistan, one of the most war zone. I think it's people who have been there as soldiers, they know that. So it's one of the most dangerous place in Afghanistan. Was been war for a very, very long time. It was occupied by Taliban, so it was no Americans. Some a month, and try to give us books and candies and stuff, but it will take them 1 week to just walk there because there was so many stuff and bombs and fire things going on. And my dad got shot at the age of 13 on a bike. And I stepped off the bike. He had to come up with the hill on the bike, and when I went up, and he got shot just in front of me, 5 meters away from me. And we had the life over there is like this. You get shot or your dad gets shot, you have to go take revenge. So you have to join the Taliban if you're the oldest son. You have to go join Taliban, and you need to shoot the person who shot it, or always about revenge. The whole country is about revenge. And I didn't want to be a part of that. I didn't want to take any revenges at that time because I had to go take care of my family, right? So I walked from home to Pakistan, which is the neighbor country. It took me a few days to get there, and then I worked a little bit in Pakistan. I went to Iran and walked to Iran. I was in Iran. From there, I went to Turkey, Greece, Bulgaria, Slovakia, all these countries, to Europe, to Belgium. And then, at the age of 17, I arrived in Belgium, and I talked to my mom after, I think, 4 years, first time.
Wow.
When I talked to her. So I just left home like 3 in the night, and I never went back with no money, no passport, no nothing.
Whoa.
And I made it to Belgium at the age of 17. I started to work there. Yeah, I started to work in Belgium. I got my papers done 2 years later. I got my passport, started to find jobs, and I got my Belgian passport a few years later. Then
when did bodybuilding come about?
Oh, very, very late, like just a few years ago, actually. I loved to train and boxing, karate, everything, wrestling. I always like 200 push-ups a day, just to stay active, because I loved it. Because I used to see American soldiers in my village, they used to come there, and I used to see them like the big jack guys, and I didn't even knew where America was, we only knew the name of the country. And that's how I wanted to look when I saw them, I was like, I want to have arms like that. I was just a little kid. And then yeah, that's the story. And I made it. I've never been to school. I don't even know how to write my own name, but yeah, I make millions now. So that's just a motivation for everybody who is watching and who don't believe in themselves and who thinks they're born in the wrong family or in the wrong house or in the wrong country. You can change anything you want, I think.
And your family's still in Afghanistan?
Yeah, my mom's still in Afghanistan.
Okay. Well, pretty fascinating story. Story of perseverance and a story of conquering your own destiny. So very inspiring here for all of us. Ali Bilal is the second best men's physique competitor based on the Olympia results. We have a controversy here. Hart McGrath believes Ali Bilal will be the last man standing at the 2025 Mr. Olympia. Alex Toplin disagrees with him. He believes Ryan Terry will be the last man standing. Ali Bilal, you have many, many fans around the world, and obviously they want to hear from you. What is your message to all your fans? I think we're losing. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? I was in Bali one time, a honeymoon with my wife, and the Wi-Fi was very bad. I'm surprised he has good Wi-Fi.
Ali, can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So what is your message to your fans?
Maybe you can't.
Yeah, what is your message to
Not
all
for a long time.
Yeah, what is your message to your fans?
Can you hear him, Ali?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
What are your messages
Yeah.
to your fans? What are your message to your fans?
My message is, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you perfectly. So my message, yes. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Yes.
Oh, he's delayed.
Yeah, it's delayed.
1 second. It will get better.
I feel like I know Ali at this point. I feel like I can almost answer the damn question for him.
Bali. Very bad connection in Bali. Sorry, guys.
No, it's
No,
Can
okay.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
So we just
It's better
wanna-
now?
Yeah.
Good, perfect. So my message to all the fans is like, yeah,
Good.
Go ahead.
yeah, perfect. So the message to everybody is, you can be anybody and you can do anything in the world, and you can beat Ryan Terry. I can beat Ryan Terry. You can beat me. We can, you can, if you just have it in your mindset. The mindset is the most important thing. Remember, Alex, I sent you one day a message. I sent you a message. I told you, you need to believe in yourself.
Yep. One of the things I'll keep with me for the rest of my career. I it's very, for myself. I used to beat myself up a little bit. Ali was the one who put me, back on my track and said, you need to, what you start speaking, what you believe, that's manifestation.
And he called his brand called Manifest then after that.
Oh,
He took
man.
my word. No, so believing is the most important thing. If you believe it, it always starts with you. I never thought I could walk to Europe. I never thought I could walk 10,000 kilometers. I didn't even knew where my neighbor country was. I never even been outside my own village, let alone walking 10 different countries and, learning the languages and flying business class in the, I didn't even, I used to look at the plane, in the air. I was like, oh my God, who are the lucky people flying in this thing? And, I tried and I started walking and I got there. So I think anybody can do that. Anybody. You just need to have a very, very strong mindset and you need to believe in yourself 100%. There's going to be people telling you cannot do it, and everybody will tell you that. But when you do it, all these people are going to turn into your fans and they're gonna start clapping with you. They'll be like, oh my God, I told you can do it. So you need to do it, and you need to do it alone. It's going to be very, very difficult. It's going to be very hard, and no one will be there to support you. But when you start doing it, you will end up getting there alone, and you can give all the credit to yourself.
Absolutely. Great words from a great champion. He's one of the favorites to win the 2025 Mr. Olympia Men's Physique. I want to thank my co-hosts. I had a great time here. The one and only Hart McGrath. Hart, if people want to follow your channel, where do they go?
Just go on YouTube and type that name you see right there, Hart McGrath.
Yeah, I like how you describe the competitors. I think I'm going to get, you're the Shakespeare of men's physique.
I like it.
Okay, I'm going to coin that.
I like that.
You're very poetic. He's the Shakespeare of men's physique. And Alex Toplin, funny stuff. I love watching his stuff. Where can we find your stuff?
Same thing. Just type in my name on YouTube, Instagram. You'll see a lot of the men's physique coverage content pop up, and that's where me and Hart are carving our our legacy out in.
Well, you guys are doing a great job. Ali Bilal, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're in Bali.
I don't need any introduction.
Don't follow him.
There is no doubt about that. There's no introduction. Ali Bilal, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to see you at the Mr. Olympia.
So much.
Thank you so much. Guys, my name is Tariq El-Gindi. We're going to bring in a lot of the main physique competitors. Let me know if you want Hart and Alex to come back and disagree with each other one more time. My name is Tariq El-Gindi. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Alex, are you going to be in Las Vegas?
I will be there.
Okay. Hart, send me my WhatsApp number to Alex. Let me know when you guys get there.
Absolutely. Me and Hart will be staying together too, so it'll be fun.